Hello and welcome to Elden Ring, guys. My name is Clint Pro V, and I'll be starting you guys off nice and easy on this Elden Ring walkthrough. Alright, so let's get started here. We have Vagabond, Warrior, Hero, Bandit, Astrologer, Prophet, Samurai, Prisoner, Confessor, Wretch. Now, all of these are like your typical, your strength build, your dexterity build. You have two strengths. Some of them will be easier than others. Uh, but for the build that I'm going through and going to do, I'm going to choose the Astrologer. And let's do a type B. We're going to do Akira, the Wise. You have your different kind of settings here. You can choose your base template. Warrior, truth seeking, la di la di ya. Detailed. All right. I already have a preset set up, so the keepsake, we're always going to want to choose either the golden seed or stone sword keys, because these will unlock little hidden areas in the game that are blocked by a goblin statue or a gargoyle statue, and you just use them. You can use this too if you're like all about the having summons in your fights. But for today, we're going to choose golden seed. Start with the character. All right.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu chieftain of the Badlands. The ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
All right, guys. So that was a great intro. I think they've done a very good job with the game so far. As terms as aesthetics. So you make your way down to the chapel, open the doors, and then you're gonna have to cross this bridge here. Now, according to the game, if you beat this enemy early, this boss, you can get its weapons and shield early. So you're actually supposed to die. The best person to beat that enemy starting off would be the samurai. So any form, I mean, unless you've fought all the bosses already up to this point, or already reset the game and whatnot. You awaken, get your tears. Brave tarnish, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. Got it. You're gonna come down here. You don't have to go down here, but you get a free emote and a grace. There's one. Graces are your level up stations, your bonfires, and all that sort. I have hints turned off, but if you have the hints on, it would tell you basically how to play the game. Just like a regular Dark Souls, the only thing that's different is that you can freely jump and you have a crouch menu. Your R1's your light attack, your R2 is your heavy attack, and then if you have a shield equipped, it would say either like a shove or an attack or parry. I just have a parry. That's parrying. So just make your way through. There's gonna be various fruit and stuff that you can collect throughout the world. Cookbooks that will allow you to make certain pieces of grease for like augments for your weapon, so you can apply them. Kind of like pine resin in a sense. And then L1's your block. I swapped mine because when you start, your triangle is going to be your action button, and your X is going to be your jump. I just swapped the two around. So X is my interact, and my triangle button is my jump. It's a lot easier for me. Just like any Souls game, so the enemies have a chance to drop their gear. In this game, you could actually like jump and attack too, with like your R2. So it's pretty cool. They've done a lot of good things with this game. Bosses are not easy. Now these are called Stake of Maria. So let's say you're fighting a certain boss, and the Grace is so far back. Instead of spawning at the Grace, you can choose the Stake of Maria. These little shrine things here, and then you can pop up right outside the boss gate. So here's your first actual boss. So pretty much before he starts coming down right here, it'll give you a menu saying you'll learn how to riposte, or like how to guard counter. So I'll show you what guard counter is. Hold on. Hit me. That's a guard counter. When you hit R2, he's dead. So you basically, as soon as they hit you the one time, any enemy in the game hits you, you have a guard counter. Some things are faster than others, and daggers are quicker than long swords, and then short swords are faster than long swords, but long swords are faster than great swords, and etc. So great swords in this game, they're not called great swords, they're actually called colossal weapons. But we'll get to that later. Unless it says in its name, Lord Sworn Great Sword, or just like any kind of great sword in its name. So Tarnished Finger, Furled Finger, allows you to play co-op with your friends. Finger Severer, which will allow you to pretty much send that person back home, if you get to a Grace and you don't have any, flasks to use, you can pretty much just take it and then dump it off, and then continue, and then send him back home, and he'll meet you at that bonfire or Grace or whatnot. I always call it bonfire because I played all the Souls games, so it's very, very appealing to me. There's a Lost Grace. This guy.
Of course you have. Unfortunate, without guidance, you are fate.
You can. He offers some things, but not everything. So pretty much what these are summoning pool stakes. You can pick people up here. Typically, if you I'll go in through a whole detail on another video, showcasing how to play co-op, what to do with co-op, and then how to connect with your friends if your friend's a higher level than you. Because I don't think level levels actually matter, but you don't want him getting picked up, and you're not being able to play with him. All right, so once you head up to the northeast, you come up to this ruin place here at Church of Ayla, LA, or yeah. And you'll find this Jack the Skeleton reference. That's it. Smithing stones in the game will allow you to upgrade at a smithing table. So let's say if I wanted to, you need to have 230 runes, and you need to have 2 smithing stones. So currently, right now, what we're gonna do is
my throat. Then why not purchase it? I am Carly,
so this is Carle.
selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself. Let's say you're a very well. You should buy us a crafting kit. Essential, really. The kit costs about the important thing.
Okay, so he tells you to basically buy a crafting kit. You always want this, no matter what. Now you can buy these right here. They'll give you locations on where to grab like the gear and stuff.
I'm glad you do.
Um, all right, so we're pretty much here. Now, the next thing you should do, of course, anytime you see these early flowers, these are one of the most primary components when making your ember, your furl-fingered ember, or remedy, or whatever it's called. I think it's called remedy. You want to collect everything you can along your travels, because you know what? You never know if you need like a pine resin or something. All right. So, if you're wondering how I two-handed my weapon, instead of holding triangle in like Dark Souls to go to two-hand, you'd have to tap your right bumper, your R1, or right bumper on an Xbox, your X or A button if you're playing with my preset together. Whatever your action button is, you have to click it with R1, pretty much. And then boom, 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 boom. It even works with your left hand if you do your left bumper or L1 and X or A. Whatever your action button is. Kill him real quick. Okay. Into the Stake of Maria. Then you come up on this camp here. This game's kind of generous when it comes to loot. Like, it doesn't hold you bound to like certain areas until you beat a boss. So you can actually free roam around and get gear and powerful souls and stuff. So we're gonna come over here to this Grace. We're gonna rest here and then a cutscene will play.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the thing they serve, the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished? But you, I am afraid, I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into to aid you in your search for the Elden. You need only take me with you to the foot of the earth. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, and I bequeath to you. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed. Nay, Torrent has to treat him with respect.
All right, guys. So now we got our steed, because as she said, traversing this big map. I mean, this map is huge. So if let's say you don't want to use, like, if you want to add a flask charge, the golden seed is what you use to increase your number of flasks. So now I have 4 in 1. All right, and then you can also rest until morning or noon or nightfall. I'm going morning because it's easier, it's more safer in the morning. There's certain like bosses, like side bosses that you could fight that are kind of strong for you in the beginning of the game. So this is gonna be anytime you see these, you always want to try to like loot them as fast as you can. So now we have a great sword. You have a attribute scaling of strength and dex. And you need 16 strength to use it. So let's say you're using the barbarian, the hero class. Instantly, you come over here, snag this weapon. Beautiful weapon for strength build, starting off. Very good build. So it's a quality build. It bases off your dex and strength, but certain things that you collect throughout the world will allow you to make heavy weapons, quality weapons, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna just try. You don't want to alert this guy right here to the right because he has a trumpet and everybody would chase you. So you kind of want to just move around. Mess around here real quick. Flail. The flail allows you to. It's a dex weapon. More so, it's of, let's say you're playing like warrior, and you have like 16 dex. You just need to pop 2 levels in your dex, and you're good to go to use this weapon. I'll show you what it looks like. It's an actual flail, like from medieval times. It's actually pretty cool. Not too bad. Big sword. Really, it's one of the swords that they use. Those guards. Your standard move set. The overhead slam. Very good. Alright, so currently, right now, we're sitting at 25 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to grab the Ash of War out of this place. And then I'm going to proceed to the first area that we're going to actually deal with. Without dying. Arcane is very strong. That's why I choose it. There's a lot of strong, powerful spells in the game if you just power level your intelligence. There's actually a actual katana in the game that I'm actually going to be going for on this walkthrough. And it's made for mages. Hey, I got the actual chess piece. That's cool. And it's a very good chess piece too. There you go. See? So you come down here once you defeat those little side guards. You don't want to fight the big guard, and unless you're totally confident on it. You open this up. You get Storm Stomp and the Whetstone. So Ash of War is pretty much, it replaces your like special attack on your weapon once you two-hand it. So if I did this, there's no skill. So I just do like a little smack. But if I wanted to, I go to this Grace over here. There's gonna be tons of little save points and stuff like this all over the map. And then you pretty much just go ahead and grab everything. So we got the Aguil Lake North Grace. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get used to not calling it that. But you go to the Grace like this, and it'll show you, hey, you could level up by using this. So I'm gonna do 10 strength and then the rest into intelligence. I need 7 levels of intelligence to even wield the katana. 23. It takes 23 intelligence, 18 dex, and 10 strength, I believe. Yeah, so I need 6 levels here, 7 levels here, and actually I can go later down the road. I'm gonna show you guys in the next video where to get the smithing stones to upgrade your weapons early, and possibly even show you guys how to get a stupid amount of souls very early too. So currently, right now, we're gonna head to we're gonna head over here to the cave. If you also use the pouch icon in your pause menu, there's this thing called the pouch. So instead of equipping things to this little hotkey down here, you're down on your D-pad and using square to use it and having to swap off your flask. You just press start, you go over to this and you hit triangle, and then you can actually put your spectral steed wherever you like it. Right on the D-pad, up on the D-pad, left, down, whatever. I'm going to use the tarnished finger there, and then I'm going to use finger severer there, just in case. A lot of this game, it can be done with co-op with your friends and stuff, so it makes the game a little bit more user-friendly. And you can actually, there's no like time limit. So let's say you want to roam around with your friends and just like kill things and get XP, you can. You absolutely can. So you want to come down to this cliff here. You jump, and then you tap the jump button again, and you won't take any damage. Come down to the Limgrave tunnels. Now this, I think everyone, including anybody that knows that you need smithing gear and stuff, you always want to come here first. I think this is the main priority hub of collecting smithing stones early. I'm gonna run through here, and I'm not gonna attack the boss. I'm just gonna run through here and grab the stones. The stones will look like that in the wall. But as soon as you go over and grab it, that guy will, and any opponent right here will start to attack you. So you took their things. Nope. Your circle's your dodge button, your back step, if once you're standing still. So just keep that in mind. You have iframes too. If you're under, like, if you're in medium load, you could dodge at the right time, right through enemy attacks, and they won't be able to hurt you. I always go down the elevator first, because if you roll off there, there's going to be an enemy. There's going to be that leads to the boss room. And you don't want that. Very easy. Very, very easy. Get these glintstone scraps. These are like throwables. They take some of your FP. And like I'll show you. You break them, they get little like homing missiles, and they'll attack the nearest opponent in front of you. It's pretty cool. But you want to just come around, grab all the smithing stones you can. You need 2, and then you need 4, and then you need 6. So you need a total of 12 to plus 3. Pretty much. And killing these enemies too, they'll drop smithing stones like that. But it's not really necessary. Unless you have like a high luck stat or something. Item find. The guys with the bags give you more of a chance to get smithing stones. I'm gonna roll down here. Run up here and see, because there's a whole bunch of stones, and you always want these as fast as you can. Kill him. These guys are actually weak to magic and blunt weapons. So like clubs, maces, like stuff like that. They're highly resistant to slashing weapons. Okay. Now, there's always a whole bunch of little goodie spots like this right here. I mean, you could roll down here. And then you could roll down over here off this cliff here. Grab a golden rune. Those are your soul poppables. You'll find those throughout the game. This is the boss room. So yeah, you just like you come down to the boss room in a sense, but you don't really fight the boss. You just collect all the stones. Once you do that, you can make your any weapon that you have to +3. So we're gonna make our way back out, and then I'm going to. I'm probably gonna. Oh, there we go. Roll down here like that. You roll down here like this, and then you come back up using the elevator. You need to make your way back out, and then you'd be solid. You can also backstab them too. See, you only do 38 damage to hit him. See, they'll have a small chance of dropping stuff. So you just want to continue. You just want to make yourself back to the Grace. Once you rest at the Grace, the enemy's attack patterns and aggro towards you will reset. And then you're good. All your flasks will reset and everything else. So currently right now, when we get back, I will try to kill the boss at the end of this tunnel. You get a couple thousand souls and you get like a medallion for doing it. He's kind of hard. He's giant, but if you get someone in here from right here, there's a lot of people here. Just pick someone up, you'd be good. And then I'll showcase basically how to co-op in the next episode. So I'll see you guys then. My name's Clint Pro V. Stay tuned for the next one. Later.